Hello friends and welcome back for another episode of Indie Impressions. My name is Nick and today we're going to be checking out a game that is long overdue for some coverage on the channel. This is Birdsong by developer Daniel Linson from the LD31 Game Jam competition with the theme Entire Game on One Screen. This is a Metroidvania style platformer with a few pretty unique quirks to it. Number one, I'm sure you can probably tell, the whole game is, as I said, on one screen, and the way that the developer gets around that is by having this sort of bubble focal point at the center where our bird character seems to lie. So when I said this is a Metroidvania-style game, what I meant is we're going to be doing some looking for some power-ups, things that will extend our jumps, and eventually some sort of artifacts that we're going to need to reach the tallest point, with our eventual goal being to fly, as most birds do like to do. So we've got to collect branches to build nests. Nests are checkpoints, essentially. And don't worry, you'll probably get used to the way that the visuals look here. I have actually spent a few minutes with this one, so I do have kind of an idea how this is going to go. But at first, the ability to judge distance and perspective is very, very difficult. But as I said, if you give it some time, eventually you start to learn how far your bird character will jump. And then things just start to make a little bit more sense from there. So we've gotten a couple of sticks. As you can see in the bottom left corner, those are represented there. I need to go find a place where I can build a nest, and then that'll form that checkpoint like I said. I believe there are, in fact, more nests than there are sticks. So if you want to kind of make the most of a run in this game, you generally want to have more sticks than you use. Like, in this particular case, I really didn't need to put a checkpoint there all that badly, but it's good to have a couple sort of foundational ones. So it's probably a bit hard to get a perspective on how big this game is, essentially. Even though you can see it all in front of you, it's still a little bit tough to judge, like, how long you're going to spend in this game world, and it's probably going to be a little bit longer than you would expect. Granted, again, I did take some time to get a little bit of practice at this, so I do have a good idea of how to, get through some of the early points here, but it could definitely be a bit challenging, and my first run definitely took a little bit longer than this to even get to this point. So now I'm approaching a position where I've gotten one jump power up. I don't have the ability to get up here yet, so I've got to do a little bit of searching for where's the next likely candidate for a place to go. And of course you can try and force your way into places where you're probably not meant to be and do a little bit of sequence breaking, which is generally my style, but we're not going to do that right now, unfortunately. Or at least we're not going to do it intentionally. What we will do is make it over in this direction, where we can now traverse up this gap because of that power-up I just picked up. Essentially, each one of those little, what are those things called? I can't even remember. The little chevrons, that's it, represents one extra up to our jump, so one more block height. And that's a save point that I just made right there by putting down a stick. And can I make it over this? I'm going to say decidedly not the case. We will go down here and grab another stick and continue on down. Probably about to find another power-up pretty soon. It looks like we've got a little ways ahead of us before we can get to anything good, so we're probably going to want to drop another stick right here. Actually, we can take a quick look here. There's a safe passage down here, and that gives me another one right then. And we'll go back up. It's very difficult, actually, to look at the part of the map that's actively distorted. So in essence, the best way to go is when you're far away, probably just look across the map to the other side and do your plotting from that perspective, so you're not like right up in the way of it and bending everything. It would be kind of nice if maybe there was like an ability to hit select or something and maybe just go back and look without the distortion effect, or even maybe when you beat the game, it would be kind of nice if it would unlock the ability to play it without the distortion, just have the map zoom in or something. But that's all kind of not necessary. In general, though, I mean, I have found this is a really quite satisfying platform. I've played quite a few games in a similar ilk to this, all of which I've pretty much enjoyed, but this one has pretty solid controls on top of the fact that I like the visual presentation, too. Really timing that jump very poorly. And the fact that you have to actually kind of do a risk-benefit analysis of the area ahead of you before you drop a stick is kind of a neat feature. It really makes you think a little bit harder about how you're going to approach an area. And I would actually love it if they made, like, a full-length, several-hour game out of this kind of a concept. There we go. Got our second jump up, and now I actually feel like I jump a bit higher. I mean, I did before, but now it actually feels a little bit more present. So we're going to make our way back around and out. As we pass each one of these nests, it automatically checkpoints it for you, so you don't have to really do anything. Just walking in front of it is good enough. So where are we going to go now? I think I might be able to head over to the bottom left to some extent. And I didn't finish this, by the way, in my prior play, so there are areas that I'm not going to be familiar with. I could use a checkpoint right here if I chose to. I'm going to say probably not necessary here. With a little bit of accurate jumping, we should be... Oh, okay, well, that would make me eat my words. Thankfully, it's not very far away, so should be able to do that again pretty easily. And nice, too, that there's a couple of ways that you could approach that. You don't necessarily have to go over the top, and in fact, on the way back, we're definitely not going to go over the top. You can also hit Y on the 360 controller if you choose to, and that will actually basically suicide and send you back to the last checkpoint that you rested at. Or you could even call them bonfires if you so choose, although there'd be no real reason to do so. And now we're going to judge where we can jump to at this point. Can't still quite make it to that. We might be able to get over these. And where will that allow us to go? We can make one more save point here, since I see there's still another stick right below. And we can very gently grab whatever's over here. This is something a little different from those chevrons. And I think with a perfectly timed jump, I should be able to grab that. There is, of course, an ability that'll probably make this a bit easier, but I don't have that yet, so there we go. Now, I don't know if you were paying very close attention, but if you were, you would have noticed as I picked that up, in the very center of the map, there's actually a little platform that appeared that wasn't there prior, and that's eventually where our goal is going to be to head over to. So we're going to make our way back in that direction, see if I can just reach the landing of the platform to show you what that's all about. Okay, we got 4 sticks now. We've got the checkpoint in place. Might be able to reach it from an alternative source. Maybe if I went from the right and then moved back over to the left. I think that might work. There's also a number of places that I can't quite go down to. Even if it looks like I can go, it's like not worth bothering. Yeah, I can't actually make that jump. But we're not super far away from being able to reach it. So our next goal is probably going to be to head up this way. Maybe a little bit more challenging platforming ahead. Ooh, that was silly. Kind of fell off sideways there. I really do like, too, that the difficulty tends to scale a little bit as you get further on. And again, like I said, you've got that risk-benefit analysis as we go in, saying, well, I can see kind of ahead of me and where I'm about to go and what the challenge level might be. So, like, where are good places to skip these checkpoints? It's kind of tough to say, but if you take a little time and do a little bit of investigation, you can save yourself some sticks and use them in more effective ways later. Be in kind of a hurry there. There we go. Now, this is probably a good place to use a checkpoint, because this spot right here doesn't look particularly challenging, but I've misjudged this little quartet of pungy pits on a number of occasions. So let's try that one more time. There's also a bit of a strange feeling about the inertia as you jump, too. You feel like you gain velocity in a way that doesn't necessarily feel right. But again, that's the same thing with the bubble perspective. You'll kind of get used to the fisheye-ness of it, as well as the way that your character moves around the landscape. I'm trying to come up with the right way to traverse this. Maybe, like, that would be better. Oh, no! I overshot the jump. See, that's what I was talking about. When it comes to the inertia, you kind of end up going further faster than you expect. Really? I'm just going to do that over and over again. It doesn't seem to keep track of your deaths as far as I can tell, which is maybe unfortunate. Would be kind of interesting to see, you know, if someone could do a no lives run of this. But also would be perhaps interested in trying to play through this quickly. Oh my god, that was the worst. Once I understand the path through this, I wonder if there's ways you might be able to cheese the game and do a little bit of sequence breaking, which is kind of my thing. I don't know why I'm doing this so poorly. Come on now. Made it past it a couple of times and then just screwed it up anyway. I think it's because your hitbox is maybe a little bit larger than I always expect it to be, and it's tough to just stop cold when I'm walking quickly. There we go. Alright, now wait for that. And there. Perfect. Only took 100 tries. Now, we can get wall jump. Always a very useful ability to have. And what do we have? 4 sticks now. So we're doing pretty well in terms of checkpointage. So where would wall jump want to take us? Well, let's go down here for a second, get our checkpoint back again. If I kind of like, if I go over in this direction, it's a very trippy effect to see that all morphing under your feet like that. And maybe head over to the left just so we can get our bearings here. Well, we can take a look and see to the right corner, it looks like there's actually something that I might be able to just slide down that wall. So actually, as silly as it sounds, we're actually going to head back in that direction immediately again. I guess I could have just hit Y and just warped over there, but oh well. Actually, perhaps a couple of places I could go with that ability now. Seems like the place to be. So let's go down this edge. Grab the wall, grab another stick. And we want to kind of like, yep, just like that. So we've got another of the sigils. As you can see, again, another platform appears. I hope I can get back out. This could be a very awkward spot. I hope this has all been tested for. Because I don't... Oh, you know what? There's no checkpoint down there, is there? So I guess by virtue of that, the best way to go would have been to just hit Y. Now, how do I get to that other area? Well, you know what? the area directly beneath me, it looks like there's a lot going on there, but I think the only way to get to it is actually by going out of the bounds of the level. So it looks like all of it is completely obscured on all sides. So we're going to have to find a new way to get around that's going to be helpful in that way. So let's checkpoint here, and then we can slide down this wall. Careful. It's a little bit scary there. Let's actually use a stick there. Do a little bit of that. It's really tough to see what's coming up on you in terms of spikeage. This is also reminding me a little bit of Super Win the Game. I don't know, maybe it's the graphical effect because the CRT lens that they had on the other one. Oh god, oh, I had it too. I could have just gone with it. But yeah, it had that sort of a similar warping effect, although obviously not this severe. As well as, you know, just a very common trope of, you know, platforming like this without a whole lot of extra baggage tacked on. Should be able to do like that. Is this where I even want to go? I think it might be. Okay, this looks like a bit of a crawl ahead of us. Let's see how few sticks maybe we could get away with using here, because I think I'm going to want to have them later. If I screw up, I'm going to regret this decision. Okay, I should be able to go one more and probably stay... Oh no! I panicked. I blew it. That was a poor decision. I do regret what I just said. I was going to regret a second ago. Alright, let's go more carefully this time, and I'll checkpoint on the second one, I think. I have to get it through my head that when I wall jump, I can't double back and do that triangle jump that I'm so used to doing in, like, Mega Man X and stuff. Once you're into the jump, you're just in, so you just gotta kind of go with it. Alright, so we're gonna put a nest down there, and hopefully I can get through the rest of this. Oh, that was super easy. I should have just saved it one more. Whatever. That's actually, again, super easy. I don't think I need to worry if I need to repeat that. One more jump over here. And I think that's a sufficient challenge that I can leave for myself. Glad I did that when I did that. Oh, we gotta hit both like that. I don't think I need this one. And this is clearly the trick here is they don't want you to realize that if you jump, you're gonna hit the spikes or the ceiling. So we're gonna wall jump off of that edge. And up we go. We've now got air jump, so we've got a double jump. Keeping in mind, though, our double jump is only going to be good for one jump, so even if you wall slide, you're not going to get that back. This is not, I want to be the guy rules or anything like that. What's the best way to get out now? I guess I do have to actually jump my way back out, don't I? It's not a quick way. But on the upside, it means we can reach a lot of new things. And this is actually roughly the point that I got to in terms of progression when I played for myself. I was actually not intending to play for nearly as long as I had, but I was very pleasantly surprised by the way that this game was put together. It's very addictive, and, well, the only real complaint, if I have a complaint, would just be that I think that effect, the bubble effect, can get a little bit tiresome, probably, for a lot of people playing, I imagine. It's unique, it's quirky, but I also think that it might turn people off. But I also get why it was done, and for the sake of being able to put the whole map on one screen, it's actually a pretty cool idea. It's just, I don't know, maybe if everyone would get behind it the same way. I know some people are really worked up about, you know, setting your frame of view and things like that. So this is the kind of thing that I think would probably get people into that type of mindset. Why? Oh, right. I put the nest too far in the other direction now. This is actually a bit of a challenge going in both sides. Okay, wow. Whew, we're actually gonna do that. As much as I regret it. Yeah, well, now I don't regret it. I need to stop panicking so much. Just slide gently down and land on the platform. Beautiful. And, oh, I don't have a double jump, so wait. And back. I actually used that double jump in exactly the wrong spot. And we should be able to go this way to get back out. Oh, there's actually another stick over here too, which is great news. I'm kind of tempted to just play through the whole thing, but I don't actually know where I'm going to end up going, so in that respect, I think it might be a bad call. There we go. Got that checkpoint, and we are out. We are now back on the surface, and I think my next decision would be to head up to the top left corner. Oh, and also we can show off this spot real quick. Only by completing the 7 trials will you earn your wings. So yeah, you eventually get enough platforms, you should be able to reach the very top there, where I assume what looks to be another chevron awaits, which will allow us to fly out of the boundary of the level, I suppose. There's another checkpoint. Let's make our way up here. It's actually kind of really a lovely presentation. It's reminding me, again, of Super Win the Game, only sort of constrained to one area, if that makes sense. Like, the geography in that game doesn't sprawl, or that this game doesn't sprawl the way it did in that one. Double stick. Alright, well, I think I was meant to go over the top there, and I just kind of botched that jump completely. We could try that again. The music also is very appropriate, too. It's kind of solemn and quiet. We're just going to put one of these down, because they seem to have an excess of them. But I like that it's contemplative. I mean, it feels like the gameplay does. Am I actually able to... Yeah, I should be able to do that, no problem. And what do I do once I'm over here, though? Oh, I could probably... Oh, no! What is this? What's going on over here? There's a bird. Are you going to teach me how to fly? Is this like a Super Metroid thing? No. I'm just kind of there. I can't talk to you. That's sad. I hope I can get back out, too. Well, I guess there's no checkpoint, so if I just fall off, I should be okay. It looks like there's something over here, maybe? Oh, another bird. Pretty sure I'm not meant to be down here, and there's no way for me to see beneath where I'm going, so... Yeah. Oh, what? Excuse me? I don't think this is what is meant to happen at all. Is it? Oh, this is weird. Oh, man, I did not expect for that to be how that works. There's another challenge thing over here. Okay, so that was actually played as intended. What an interesting effect. I never would have expected that that would be intentional. Can I actually... I might be able to reach... no, it's a little too close, isn't it? I need the double jump to reach that edge, so... Wait. I can touch it, but I can't wall jump off of it. And it looks like I'm not going to be able to make it up this edge either, so I think my only option now is just to head back. I've still got this massive labyrinth of stuff going on over here that I can't quite touch. Well, I couldn't have prior. I think I can now. I guess we'll just hit Y. Why? Because I had to. Let's go up and around. Nope. Occasionally I just lose momentum there. There we go. And do I want to save here? Oh, I'm so close to that other one. Alright, we'll just put down a nest. Definitely want to keep my double jump as long as possible. Should be able to do this. The challenge is just right, actually. I've played a lot of platformers. I feel like I'm decent at them, although my gameplay a few moments ago definitely does not attest to that. But in terms of, like, overall difficulty, when I'm playing by myself, if I want to challenge myself and not feel frustrated, I feel like this pretty much hits the mark. And since the controls are pretty much where I want them to be responsive-wise? You know what I mean. I think that this is pretty much right where I need it to be. Okay, bounce. Oh, I keep using the... Yeah, you know what? When I hit up on the D-pad, it's counting as a jump, so I should probably just use the control stick for this. Maybe that would actually be better. I can't remember when I played this before recording. Did I use the keyboard? I might have used the keyboard, which is why I didn't notice that was an issue. Definitely a bit of a problem, accidentally using your double jump. Well, that's weird. Why did I use it that time? Maybe a bit of a collision thing. Okay, there we go. That's a checkpoint. Now, do I want to use it, though? Yeah, you know what? Yes. Just for the sake of the video. I think I want to go like that, and... Oh, I missed. Perfect. Now, I can't quite reach that next one, I don't think. Can I get over that in any way? No, definitely can't. How about like this? Oh, we got another one. I wonder if this is enough platforms now to just be able to reach the top, or maybe the gap is too wide. Not entirely sure. Let's just rest somewhere. Let's just go up and check, and then I think we'll call it a day on Birdsong. This is really fun. Like, I would absolutely play through this whole game, no matter how long it was, and see all the things there is to see. Yeah, okay, that's a bit too wide. If there was one more platform in the center of that, though, I think I'd be able to do it. Anyway, I think you get the point. Definitely positive feelings on Birdsong. Go give it a download yourself. It is totally free. Let me know what you think about this, as well as the concept of sort of these, you know, single-screen Metroidvania games. I honestly can't get enough of them. If you guys know of any other ones, let me know in the comments below. I'd love to hear about some other ones I could try, whether they're free or paid. Either way, I don't mind. I'll look into them. And that's going to pretty much do it for today's episode, so make sure you leave a like if you like the episode. That helps me out a whole bunch. Helps more people find out about the series and what's going on with the world of kind of hidden below the surface indie games. That's what I'm after covering anyway. And of course, if you enjoyed what you saw today, be sure to come back again tomorrow. New episodes of Indie Impressions go up every single day, so look forward to bringing you tons more. And hopefully, if you like the concept of this channel, make sure you subscribe as well. But I will see you all tomorrow. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you have a fantastic night. Talk to you later.